So guys, today I'm going to show you how you check the quality of your brake fluid and why you should flush your brake fluid after every 2 years or 4 years. 2 years is for our climate here in Kenya, it's humid, and if you are in drier atmospheres or conditions, you flush after 4 years. So we have a brake reservoir right here on the side of the driver for right hand gas, you go side the driver, and when you are checking the level of your brake fluid, it's part of a maintenance routine. So, utapata hapa kuna uchafu. It's dirty all over here. So, you first of all wipe. Before you check the level of your brake fluid, you wipe the reservoir and the cap and the brake fluid cap. You wipe it so that it can be clean. Because when you open it, ile uchafu isiingie huko ndani. So, after you open, you check the condition of the filter right here. You realize that kuna filter iko hapa hivi ndani. Kuna filter iko hapa, and you can see it has trapped some debris right there. You can see it has trapped some debris. So you check it, and you check I'll show you how you check the quality of your brake fluid. So if you don't check and that debris, in any case, tuseme gari yako haina hiyo filter, and then uchafu ipite pale. If that debris ikipita hapa, you see behind here is a master cylinder. It's a master cylinder right there, and then the brake lines zinakaa hivi, ndio hizi zinakaa hapa kwa ABS. So hiyo uchafu ikifika hapa kwa ABS, the ABS has some valves. Zile valves zinapata ile uchafu, so zinaanza kublock. Instead of actuating the way they should be, zinaanza kublock. Unaanza kupata error ya ABS huko kwa dashboard. Unajaribu kuchange speed sensors, bado imekataa. So inabidi umechange the whole ABS module. So because of that dirt yenye inaingia huko. So the brake fluid, this is my brake fluid right here. I have a new brake fluid from Total. So the brake fluid, you'll see it is named .4. This is .4. So the reason why it is named .4, it's just like a nomenclature ya kuname. So this .4, it was named by the federal government huko US. Ndio walisema wacha tuite hii .4. The DOT is the Department of Transportation of US. Department of Transportation, and it is labeled, I've said this is a .4. The .4 means Department of Transportation and labeled number 4. So we have several dots. So we have .3, .4, .5.1, .3, .4, .5, and .5.1. So the .3, 4, and 5.1, they are glycol-based. The additives yenye imetumika kutengeneza hii brake fluid, it's known as glycol. And .5, it's silicon-based. Ile silicon-based inakuanga purple in color. And this one is colorless. It's like colorless. Acha niwaonyeshe. So this is the color of a new brake fluid. Inakaa hivi. I will show you the color of a used brake fluid. This color huwa inachange hadi inakuwa black. Kama uflashingi gari, inachange mpaka inakuwa dark. Hii color inakuwa ni dark brown ama ni dark nini. It reduces the efficiency of the brake fluid, because hizo ni additives zinaisha ile efficiency yake. So .3 has a lower boiling point, and .4 has a higher boiling point than .3. .5.1, it has a higher boiling point than .4, and .5.1, it has a higher boiling point than .5. The .5.1 inatumika kwa racing cars and for track purposes, performance. Ile ni performance brake fluid. .5.1 inatumika kwa military vehicles na zile gari za showroom, zile ma vintage za kitambo, zile magari zenye ni exotic. Hizo ndio zinatumika juu .5 huwa high-corrode parts. Ni silicon based. So hiyo hata ukimwagikia gari hakuna kitu inaharibu. But hii glycol based inakuanga very toxic. Nikimwagilia kwa mguu, for example, acha nimwagilie hapa kwa mguu. So that one, nikikosa kupanguza hiyo, nitapata imenikulia hiyo mguu. It will react with the rubber yenye iko kwa mguu. And then, hii .3, 4, and 5.1 inakuanga hygroscopic. Ina absorb moisture from the atmosphere. Nitawashow venye hiyo hygroscopic inaharibingi brake fluid. Alafu hii kimwagikia rangi, tena ina fade rangi ya gari. Ndio maana .5.1 inatumika kwa show cars, zile exotic, zile rare cars, ndio zinatumianga .5. Na military vehicles hizo ndio zinatumia .5. .4 inatumika kwa hizi gari sasa. The short hizi passenger cars and normal cars ndio zinatumia .4. .3 it's an earlier version ya .3 ni earlier version ya glycol. Ina additives mingi na iko na a low boiling point. Hiyo low boiling point brakes ziki hit ama ziki overheat, unajua the moment you apply your brakes ile joto yenye inatumika pale kwa braking components, kwa braking rotor, mapads, hiyo joto kuna chances itafika kwa brake line hapo. It heat up the brake fluid. When it heats up the brake fluid, and because it's under pressure, ile temperature inazidi ku rise. So because it's hygroscopic, hii glycol ina create moisture, ile moisture ina vaporize juu imehitiwa, ni kama maji imehitiwa, ina vaporize. So once it vaporizes, inapata ile air bubbles kwa system. Zile air bubbles ukiapply brakes hivi unasikia your brakes are spongy because zile air bubbles zina interfere na integrity yako ya brakes, transfer force venye inafaa because air is compressible, the liquid is not compressible. Ndio maana hii glycol inatumika kama brake fluid. So I'm going to do a comparison between new brake fluid and old brake fluid. I do a pH test. pH niko na litmus paper hapa. So this brake fluid venye mnaiona hivi inakuanga basic. It is when a brake fluid inafaa ikuwe na pH of between 7 and 11. Between 7 and 11. And acidic, for acidic, ikiwa acidic, ikipata nini hizo ikichafuka ikuwa acidic, ina corrode hizi the metallic components. Brake lines, mmeona ni za chuma, inazicorrode. So kuna chances that itaanza kuleak. Nitawashow venye mtu uangalia kama braking system yako ina leak. So I'm going to return this before ipate hiyo hewa hapa hivi ndani. I'm going to return it and then nitoe brake fluid kwa gari hapa hivi to compare between new and used brake fluid. So you should check your brake fluid. It should be between maximum and minimum. I'm going to show you. It should be between these two marks. So your brake fluid, let me wash my hands before I touch anything. I should be having latex gloves. I should be having latex gloves because brake fluid is so toxic to your health. So every time you check your when you are checking the level of your brake fluid, you check this reservoir. These reservoirs are different for different vehicles. Utapata gari kama VW iko na reservoir yake ni black, it's dark in color. But when you open this cap right here, utapata iko na dipstick na iko na sensor. So you should check the level of although ile sensor inakwambia the level of your brake fluid uko ndani. If you want to check it physically, you wipe the dipstick with a clean wiper, then you check your level using that dipstick. So when in cars that reservoir ni hivi, ile kitu unafanya, you check this is maximum, this is minimum. So the brake fluid should be between maximum and minimum. If your brake fluids are kama brake pads zako ni mpya, utapata if you change them at the right time. Tuseme uliziweka brake pads mpya za gari mzima na ukajaza hapa. So that means when the brake pads are wearing, venye tu brake pads zinazidi kuwear, hii brake fluid hapa inateremka chini. Between maximum and minimum. Inafaa icheze hapo katikati. Between maximum and minimum. So as the brake pads wear, now brake fluid inateremka kujaza ile space yenye piston inasonga ndani. So ikifika hapa chini ya minimum na izidi kuteremka. So that means either hiyo brake fluid kuna mahali ina leak ama kuna kitu inaendelea yenye si normal, because it should not ifai iteremke below the minimum. Haifai iteremke below the minimum because ukiweka new brake pads, ile brake fluid yenye ilikuwa kwa system inarudi nyuma, inakam inajaza hapa kwa system kwa reservoir. So that's how you check the level of your brake fluid. It should be between minimum, maximum and minimum. So utapata kuna msee anapata haya haiko kwa maximum, anakuja anaongezea. Na kuna mwingine anapata iko inafaa icheze between maximum and minimum. Inakuindicate the brake wear mahali imefika. Brake wear mahali imefika inazidi kuteremka. So I'm going to nitatoa brake fluid yenye iko kwa gari to compare na brake fluid yenye ni mpya, alafu tufanyie pH test tujue the reason why you should flush your brake fluid after 2 years. So let's get into it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drain brake fluid, used brake fluid from the system. You can see where my hardware is located. This is the bleeder valve. I'm going to open it, and then I'll tap the brake fluid, the used brake fluid from the car. And then the other thing that will happen, hewa itaingia hapo kwa system. We'll bleed it later. So the other thing, this point that I have chosen, it's the farthest one from the master cylinder, right there. It's the farthest one from the master cylinder. You can also use the other side, but I've chosen the farthest point from the master cylinder. Ndio kubleed ikuwe rahisi. Tutaifanya reverse from that side tukikaribia, tukam tukitoa hewa. Because right now I'm introducing air in the system. So I'm going to open this cap, I tap the brake fluid, and then we compare it with the new brake fluid. We see how it goes. Let's get into it. So guys, you can see this is our used brake fluid yenye tumetoa kwa gari, and this is the new brake fluid. This is the new brake fluid, the new one. I should put it in a tumbler ndio muone in a clear view the difference. So you can see the difference. You should zoom in so that people can see the difference between new and used brake fluid. So hii nafaa ni flash. I will flash the whole system because ikienda hivi itakuwa the black. Now it will be darker than this. This is how you know your brake fluid is used up. The new brake fluid should be like this. You can see the color. So, and I have some other reagents here. Niko na pep tank. This is a pep tank. I'm also using as a reagent because I'm going to test the pH of this brake fluid, the used one, the new one. This is water. This is pure water. Water is neutral. And I have some pH. These are litmus papers za kuangalia pH. I have red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. So I'm going to test the pH. I have also a jiko here. So I'm going to test hii ni ash. So ash is basic. So I'm going to test it with water and then pima it with the litmus papers. So nimewambia brake fluid inafaa kuwa the pH should be between 7 and 11. Ni kama tu hii ash inafaa itan between 7 and 11. That is basic. It should turn a red litmus paper, inafaa itan blue. If it is acidic, ita corrode hizi nini zako. The reason why I have this pep tank right here is because pep tank is acidic. It has citric acid in it. You can citric acid. Yes, it has citric acid in it. So I'm going to use it. Yeah, it has some citric acid. So I'm going to use it to turn blue litmus paper red. So let me get another tumbler here and check the system. So I'm going to start reagenting. So let me first of all test with blue litmus paper. This is a blue litmus paper. So this is still brake fluid, but it will delay. You'll see when I dip this blue litmus paper, it should not change because already the brake fluid is basic. So I'm going to dip it right here. Like you can see it does not change. But if the camera is zooming very well, it should have started having some the acidic components because it is used. So inaweza develop slight acidic components kwa umbali because it is slightly getting used up. You can see this blue litmus paper. It should remain blue if your brake fluid iko sawa. Ikiturn hii blue litmus paper red, ishaanza kuwa na acidic properties na inaweza corrode system yako. So that's a blue litmus paper. So let me get a red litmus paper. This is a red litmus paper. So let's see how it will turn a red litmus paper. So this is a red litmus paper. This is a brake fluid. So this is a red litmus paper. You can see the red litmus paper should turn blue. You can see how it's delaying to turn the red litmus paper blue. This is a used brake fluid. So we are going to check how the new brake fluid will behave. You can see it should change into blue color. So let me see the new brake fluid. So this is a new brake fluid. I'm going to dip it here. So you can see it has turned the red litmus paper blue right away. Umeona venye hii imefanya. So let me return for the used brake fluid. Mnaona venye hiyo imeturn blue. I don't know whether it's visible, but it's blue in color. So let me repeat for the used brake fluid using this litmus paper. You can see still the used brake fluid, it is losing its properties because haichange venye inafaa kuchange bio. Umeona venye the used one, the new one venye imechange ile litmus paper into blue right away, almost right away. Hii bado napambana nayo change, it is not changing after. Let me repeat you can see the difference between the two. I hope you can see the difference between the two litmus paper. This is the red to blue in the new brake fluid. It is still not changing, so I should flush the whole braking system. So that is it. So the blue litmus paper should remain blue. This is a blue litmus paper, it should remain blue. It should not change because it's basic, so it should not change. So you can see, so that's it. So I'm going to check the pH values of these two. Let's get into it. I want us to see the basic properties of tomato sauce. Tomato is acidic, so I want us to see the basic properties and tuone venye itachange litmus paper, tuone kama itabehave kama the used brake fluid. So I'm going to put a small amount of this peptone, small amount. I'm also going to use ash, then I dissolve it with water kidogo. Then dissolve with water like that. And then I'm going to also to use the ash. So let us use ash. Use ash. Ash is basic. It has a pH of around 13. But the brake fluid should have a pH ranging from 7 to 11. That's the rate. So I'm going to measure the pH components of these three values. You can see this is the ash mixture, basic. This is the tomato mixture, acidic. So this is our used brake fluid. We don't know, it should be basic, but it has started developing some slight acidic properties. So I'm going to use the blue litmus paper because na test for alkalinity. So let us test the tomato sauce. You can see it has changed the blue litmus paper into red very fast because it is acidic. It is acidic. Blue litmus paper turns red. So let us test for ash mixture with a. We are going to test with a red litmus paper. So it should turn blue if it is basic. So you should use a red litmus paper. So let's get into it. So you can see it has turned red right away. Blue, I mean, the red litmus paper has turned blue because this is basic. So let us test our used brake fluid one last time before I flush it. This blue litmus paper, let's see how it will get reddish or it will remain blue. So you can see it is not like blue, ni kama iko neutral. It is hata yenyewe haijui mahali inafaa kuwa. So because kama hii ni, I have used the blue litmus paper. You can see how it is. Let me use the still blue litmus paper on the used brake fluid, on the new one. You can see this is more blue than the other. Ile ingine hata ionekani kama ni blue ama ni red. It's like it's neutral. Kama maji. Because maji should be neutral. You can see this. So you have seen the difference between used brake fluid and new brake fluid. So I'm going to return this in the container before ipata ile nini. Before he absorb moisture from atmosphere, because it is hygroscopic. So you have seen the difference. So I'm going to flush the system. So how you check the quality of your brake fluid? Just get a litmus paper, enda hapo kwa reservoir, measure it, check, or you can also check the color. Meona the color venye hii ni dark brown, and it is not yet dark brown. Bado ningeiachilia, bado ingezidi kutan dark brown. So that's how you check. So I'm going to flush this car and put a new brake fluid. You should actually do this after every 2 years. So this is water. Water is basic. Water is basic, so it's neutral. It's neutral. Water is neutral. So our tire hapa bado inakulika na brake fluid. Umeona venye sasa hii inaweza interfere na braking distance juu kuna venye haiperform vizuri. Ndio hiyo. So I'm going to flush the whole system. Nitoa hiyo brake fluid yenye iko hapo and then put a new brake fluid. Thank you.